So we've got our first trailer for James Gunn's Superman, the true official launch of the DCU. I can't recall the last time I was both this excited and nervous about a trailer. Let's do this.
Home. Take me home.
Superman.
All right, real quick before I share my thoughts on it, be sure to join me down below in the comment section. Let me know, what did you think about it? I'm going to watch it one more time, and then I'm going to start talking. All righty, so we have our first true look at the DCU. Actually lied to you, I watched it 2 more times. I've now seen it 3 times, and truly, this is one of those trailers that I didn't realize how much emotion I would have going into it. As someone that I have said it many times before, I prefer the DC set of characters over the Marvel set of characters. There's so many DC movies that I do love, but they haven't had this consistent success, certainly not on a mainstream level, that Marvel has had over the last 15 years. And I would love for them to have that success. I would love for there to be a Superman movie that my kids actually want to watch. That would be incredible to me. And as someone that loves what James Gunn was able to do with the Guardians of the Galaxy, even just a few days ago, my family rewatched the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. If he could work his magic on Superman to make my kids love Superman the way they love the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, that would be amazing. But there's been because there's so many expectations on its shoulders, it puts because the desire for it to succeed, the number of questions, what will it be like? Will it win people over? Because there's so much surrounding it, it puts unrealistic expectations on, I forgot to take these out, on the shoulders. I was like, why do I sound like this? I found, that's right, I have earbuds still listening to the trailer. Unrealistic expectations on the trailer to sell people on something that they're cynical towards, have questions about, that people will be over-analyzing, all of that fun stuff. And I didn't realize how much I would have that going into the trailer of, I can't wait to see this, but also I was like, man, I hope I love it. Man, I hope they don't mess things up. Man, I hope everybody loves it. It wins everybody over. And that's tough to do when you have such a splintered fan base where you have the Snyder Bros, you got James Gunn fans, you have people that just kind of burned out on DC. There's so many different factions that you have to win over. And all of that is a point of reference. The basic experience I had watching the trailer in my head, you got to see it, but in my head, what was going on? First half of it, I was like, okay, yeah, we got Superman, Daily Wire, Clark Kent's definitely got broccoli head. I'm middle-aged. I don't understand the broccoli head, so I don't want it on my Clark Kent. But hey, I'm old. I know that. Crypto, I got some questions. Not the direction I would have gone, Crypto. And then as it cuts into the Superman action, him saving the little girl, I was like, well, you've won me over in one shot. And the back half of it, I was like, whoa, like, oh man, this is everything I hoped it would be. A lived-in DC universe, the hopefulness that there's people putting up flags for him to come and save the day. There's people not so sure about what he's doing. And the score that is this very much adapted, but also very much pulling from John Williams' score. And it's epic. It's heroic. There's the romance. There's the little family back in Smallville with Pa Kent. There's a little bit of all of it in there. And so there's one of those ones, as soon as I finish, I was like, I got to watch it again. Like, I want to rewatch the first half in light of the second half. And broccoli head, I don't think you can ever win me over on the broccoli head Clark Kent. I don't think you're ever gonna get me there as an old man that has reached that age where I look at the kids and I go, kids, what are you doing with your hair? Now I remember when they did that to me, when we did haircut, not terribly different from what I have right now, but just a horribly styled version of it. So all the parents made fun of us as just having a bowl cut, but we thought it was awesome. We thought it was amazing. And time has indicated that the parents were correct on that one. Now I am the parent, and I'm confused by the hairstyles of the youth. But anyway, rewatched it 2 more times, and man, one of those trailers that just was able to pull out the feels. Batman and Superman are my 2 favorite superheroes. They're the kind of the 2 archetypes. The man with no powers that uses every resource he has on this earth to save people from the trauma that he faced. And then the man that has all the power in the world, but chooses to use it for good because he was raised with values. And those 2 are the most compelling to me. No, I'm always excited for a new version of Superman. And on the one hand, while it feels like we always have so much Superman because there has been so much Superman television, a bunch of shows I love for that matter, we have so much Superman television. Even right now, there were 2 different shows this year. We had the animated one, and then we had the live action one, and now we have a trailer for a new movie. But in another sense, we haven't really had all that much Superman in film compared to all of these other characters, all of these other superheroes that have made so many appearances. And so getting another story, I am so all there for it. Couple things, let's just kind of walk down all the different things that I also picked up on here. So we have this populated DC universe with, Hot Girl and a Green Lantern in there, a Green Lantern with another bad haircut. There's a lot of bad haircuts in this trailer, but fun to see Nathan Fillion as a superhero in a DC movie. So the way they're like in the trailer establishing the massive threat of the dinosaur thing attacking, and we need more than one hero to save the day in all of this. I think that just kind of established the nature of the film, that we're not starting over. We're right in the middle of all of it. And when you watch the trailer, you feel that. We're in the middle of this world that has had many stories told before. And I touched on this a little bit before, but I think it's extraordinary. Like, the fact that the first shot that they have in this trailer of Superman in action is of him desperately swooping in to save a little girl in the middle of an invasion with an explosion happening seems to be an intentional choice in light of the main criticism of Man of Steel, which was Metropolis is destroyed and Superman never saves anyone. The first shot that they show Number one, we've seen him like fall down and he's playing with his dog. First shot of him in action. Swoops in, saves a little girl in the invasion. And with this desperation in his face, just barely gets there. Saves, like, so clear what they're trying to communicate with that. And then just all these little moments of him saving people and, the flags and everything, just capturing that idea of hopefulness with what they're going for. I previously put out like a little video time. I wasn't crazy about when they put out a picture with Crypto. Just Crypto to me feels like one of those more cartoonish aspects. And people are like, as soon as you say cartoonish, well, he's an alien that can fly with laser eyes, but the dog's too far. Like, well, yeah, like everyone has a line somewhere. It's not, well, Superman can fly, therefore nothing's cartoon. Like, no one believes that. So you all have that point in time of where do you kind of feel like we're getting a little bit silly here. And starting off with a picture before we even see it in action of him with the dog in space, to me, felt like that's a bit of an odd way to sell me on it. And then the trailer itself kind of starts off, before we even see the threat, we see the dog come and save the day. But in action, when you see what they're doing with it, I think it makes a bit more sense. Like the way they play it, I think has just the difference between a still imagery that's not the direction I would go with this, versus how does this play out in the story? But I still have some question marks there. It's not the direction that I would go as a starting point of into a universe of the dog that can fly. But though it certainly plays very cute, charming, and you get what they're going for very quickly with the introduction that they go for, and you go, oh, okay, well that's kind of nice. Other things in here I touched on a little bit. The theme music, I'm very curious about this because the tease they put out a few days ago was kind of like the if you did the John Williams score with Zimmer instrumentation, and then the one here is very electric guitar. And so clearly we're pulling from the past while trying to do something fresh and new with it. I would come from the school of thought that I would do a full new theme. That's what I would do. I mean, I think that John Williams' score is the greatest superhero score of all time, and Hans Zimmer's score is top 10. I mean, maybe top 5, maybe top 3. I mean, it's also incredible. So if we already had our track record's that good, why don't we get a new one? But that's, if you do something really cool with music that I love, you've done something really cool with music that I love. That's a win any way you spin it. I'm just trying to process through everything that was in there. So much to talk about, so much in there. But overall, as I said, the first half took me to the second watch to get into it. But as soon as we're saving the day and we're Lex Luthor looking from a distance, even like the shot of him punching through the glass with the camera swooping around, there's just so much cool stuff in there. I am so on board for my Superman. This trailer, its job is to get me more excited for something I'm excited about. James Gunn, you have done that. Even with my concerns about broccoli head and flying dogs. Man, I can't wait to see this movie. How about you? Join me down below in the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Check out my ranking of the Superman movies right over there. Thank you so much for watching. Keep talking movies and TV. Where did I point? Where is it at? I don't know. Check it out. my brain is overstimulated. Too much coffee in the morning with too much exciting Superman.